The Quack Attack is back, Jack. Welcome to another edition of this cross-branded review of Mighty Ducks, the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. I am, as usual, your friendly neighborhood, the Minnesota Miracle Man, joined once again by Ben Reiner and once again by John for Movie Lovers Unite. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing well.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. We got a lot to talk about because this has been my most anticipated episode. I don't know about you guys.
Mine as well.
Of the Ducks. Finally, we see the reunion of some of the OG Ducks, it's funny that they call them OG Ducks because Ken Wu is not an OG Duck. He's a second movie Duck. But still, for the sense of purposes, he is an OG Duck. And what do you guys think of this episode?
I'll let Ben go first.
Okay. I'm torn about this episode. One half I absolutely loved, and the second half was okay, if I'm being generous.
Okay.
Basically, right. Well, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that. What about you, John?
Okay. I have to say, this was my most anticipated episode. I've been waiting for this moment, just like Phil Collins in the air tonight. But I've been waiting for this episode to actually play out and see what we have. And I was hoping that it wasn't going to be forced. And it was everything that I ever wanted in an episode from the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. But we're going to get more into it in a few minutes, too.
Yeah, for sure. I really enjoyed this episode. My only thing is I wish the reunion stuff was more the A story as opposed to the B story because of how hyped it was and all that stuff. But overall, I thought it was a good episode. Before we get into it, I'm just going to quickly read the quick plot synopsis off of Wikipedia. So everybody that says spoilers, this is a spoiler review. As the spirit of the Ducks Gala, which is to celebrate the Ducks' 25th anniversary, approaches, Evan is invited back to the Ducks by Coach T. He briefly considers rejoining, even going so far as to attend a practice, but ultimately rejects the offer to remain with his friends. Gordon learns that he wasn't invited because he doesn't represent the best of the Ducks. He reunites with some of the original Ducks who, upon learning he wasn't invited, stand up for him at the gala. The day after the gala, the old Ducks join the Don't Bothers for a scrimmage, and Gordon accepts the assistant coach position for the Don't Bothers. After the scrimmage, however, a video of Evan practicing with the Ducks is posted online, and the Don't Bothers are disappointed at Evan's betrayal. So, who wants to start off first?
I'll let Dan go first.
Boy. Let me under the bus. Why don't you?
Sure, yeah.
What?
Sure.
Yeah, fine. Okay. I loved the reunion stuff. I absolutely loved it. The event with the Ducks felt like it should have been earlier in the season. It feels like a plot that came too late for where the show is right now. And I did feel there was a better way to incorporate the original Ducks and the new generation into maybe one good story. Maybe the new Ducks help the OG Ducks get Gordon invited to the gala. Yeah, the Don't Bothers, not the new Ducks. Don't Bothers help the OG Ducks help the Don't Bothers get Gordon to the gala. That's my feeling.
Yeah, but why would the Don't Bothers go to the gala? It's for the Ducks only. Most of them were never Ducks. That's the thing that was empathized throughout the show. It was Ducks. All Ducks players are invited. Why would they invite anybody else?
Because the Don't Bothers.
I guess as a team.
Because the Don't Bothers care about Bombay, where the new Ducks don't even care about.
That's where the OG Ducks take the spot, though.
Okay.
But for me,
I do understand what you're saying, and it would have been cool. But from what we had set up with, like, it's only Ducks invited to the gala. Like, I don't see how you could have made that work.
I guess you're right. I never really thought of it like that, but I think wish the Don't Bothers and the OG Ducks worked closer together.
I'm with you there.
I wish it was one story. I really didn't like storyline, personally. I didn't feel like it was so predictable and we knew where we were going to lead to.
Of course. But what about you, John?
You see, I like the opening of the show where we actually have Evan and everything. He goes up. It reminds me of a movie and like a post-credit scene, right? If this was like a post-credit scene, shared universe with like MCU kind of style,
yeah.
You see him going up to the coach, and he goes, "You came over here. You wanted me to try out, coach?" He said, "Yeah, I made a mistake. We go way back." I'm like, "Okay, you're an airhead." You know, the kid is. I mean, come on. The kid is not even that old and everything. He's like, we go way back. I'm like, what, 2 months ago when you cut him from the team?
Yeah, for me, I realized just how much of a schmuck he is. I think it's in that same scene when he says, when Coach T's like, yeah, I know all about the single mom life. I've dated a few of them. I'm like,
right.
Hell.
Total difference.
Yeah.
But, I definitely like that scene and how that played out. And then Evan's also having that whole entire thing. This is when it runs into a little bit of the Cobra Kai thing for me, like we mentioned before the start of the show. But it's not the physicality of it, it's the mentality of it. Where basically Coach T's getting in his head to try and bring him back over to the Ducks. And everything that his mom sacrificed would have been a waste. And I'm glad they actually caught that. I'm glad they actually mentioned that. And Evan brought that to the table, is like, well, if I go on ahead and join you, everything that my mom had done for me and everything will be just a waste. There wouldn't be any reason for me to come back to the Ducks or anything like that. But he does come out to the tryouts, which he did really well in the tryouts and stuff like that. But, Evan should have known, too, that this would actually come back and bite him in the butt, though, especially when we're dealing with social media today. And you also have somebody with a cell phone and doing tryouts. So that's also another thing. But he had that conflict going back with himself. Do I want to be with this team or do I want to move on and with the don't bothers?
Yeah, it's like, do I upset my friends or do I go after something that's really important to me? And in the end, he made, in my opinion, the right decision. Try to get what you want, but with your friends.
Right.
Yeah. And for myself, I don't want to say I'm disappointed with the main storyline, but what I would have done is I would have flipped it. So I would have made the reunion the A story because, like I said off air, that's pretty much what everyone was wanting to see throughout the series. And it was getting a lot of hype going into it. So I would have flipped those two. But what I really loved was all the callbacks. Oh, that was my favorite stuff. And we got it right off the bat. Bombay, he's driving, he gets stopped at construction. Somebody's jackhammering, boom, window shatters. You're like, oh, there he is. It's Fulton. And even Bombay says it'd be nice if you didn't break a window every time we meet.
And I love Fulton response. It's my thing.
Yeah, it's my thing. It was great to see him. It's weird seeing Fulton with water, but that's just the way it is. What were some of your other favorite callbacks from the OG series?
Cake Eater was also another one.
Yes. I haven't had cake in 25 years.
I love the way Aperman slid into that Aperman speak.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it. They call it the Aperman speak.
Yeah. I like Bombay. I like their little in-course. I just brought it up because I thought you liked it. Well, you and me remember history differently.
Most definitely.
There's that. There was, of course, the limousine on the ice. Duh. There was a callback to episode 2 when Ken got taught how to fight breadsticks. Sure. Yeah. Right? But my favorite, I don't know if you guys noticed it. I got it on the second try, was the Flying V reference.
I didn't see it.
When they're entering the gala after they go to pick up Bombay, look at how the players are aligned. They're leading him in a Flying V.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to rewatch that.
I was like, that's pretty cool. It said that the pocket Bombay.
I also love the Charlie name drop of his time.
Because it would have felt right if he wasn't mentioned at least once. And we got a little hint to him and Gordon are not on the same page.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like that.
The conflict of this episode, too, was that Gordon, after he left coaching, completely disappeared from these kids' lives to the point where he didn't even go to Connie and Guy's wedding. And they named their kid after him.
I missed that. When did they mention that?
They mentioned the kid part right after Bombay leaves the restaurant. And he's like, can you believe this guy? We even named our kid after him.
Oh.
But the way he says it, though, too, makes me laugh a little bit, in a sense, even though it's also, hurtful, though, on the way that Gordon walked out. But at the same time, they're thinking that he's back to being a whole douchebag. They remembered him from the first
and
go
even
round.
that out too. Like, your head's bigger than when we first met you.
Right, but it's the other way around. It's the whole fact they're all excited about going to this gallery thing, and then here he is not being left out, and it's like, what kind of common ground can I talk to them about? I can't be excited for this, so why should I? Why should I talk about it?
Yeah.
And
then they, of course, they take it all hard because, like I said, this has been happening through the years. But once they find out what happened, of course, they go pick him up, they bring him to the gala and what have you, and everything's back together. So he was called. He said he's does not represent the best of the Ducks. What does that mean?
there would be no Ducks. Oh, sorry, Ben. Go on ahead.
No, after you.
Okay. So here's the thing that I feel like there would be no Ducks if it wasn't for Gordon Bombay.
And that was specified.
There would be no big franchise.
Yeah.
There would be no Coach T. There would be none of that going on if it wasn't for Coach Bombay. There would still be a district team trying to compete, and that's it.
Yeah.
They would have been nothing.
Yeah, and these kids wouldn't be where they're at. Connie wouldn't be a senator and all that jazz. Ben, what were you about to say?
You don't represent the men of the Ducks. That line pissed me off because everything you said. It is. I'll say this. Everything after Evan talking to the original Ducks at the gala to the end of the episode, that was what I wanted. That was pure reunion, happy, everybody getting along. That was awesome. I mean, other stuff before that, then I didn't hate it. It was like, okay, and I wish it could have been a little bit better, if that makes sense.
Less conflict?
Yeah.
I got you.
We've done too many shows together that I knew exactly where you're going with that. When the OG Ducks and the Don't Bothers got on the ice, that's when I was like, now this is Duck hockey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just having fun.
And you know what, though? I like the fact that we actually have Connie talking to the geeky girl like I thought we would.
Yeah.
I was half right about that. No sleepover, though, but I was right about Connie talking to her. And I'm actually happy to see them bonding, getting ideas and tips from the OG Ducks. And then also, too, I know that I want to go back just for a minute. It's just where we actually have Fulton making that speech.
Yep.
And how touching that was.
Yeah.
And then also,
finale. He made me a better person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And then also, too, I liked how they called Coach T out on his own BS, though, with the cutout. He goes, hey, it's the cutout guy.
Yeah, that's right. Cutout. Yeah, I love that.
I think this, from doing that snake at the end with the Don't Brothers and the original Ducks, there was one thing missing.
What's that?
A knuckle puck.
Yep.
I wanted a
Knuckle puck isn't Fulton's thing, though.
No.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I didn't mean.
Yeah, for me, it's a slap shot. I'm actually on the same wavelength as you. I would have loved to have seen full old man Fulton uncork a slap shot.
Oh man, that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Yeah, poor Koob. Yeah, no, it was a great episode. It was nice to see all these people growing up and to see progression. And it's the Stephen Brill, who is the creator of the series and stuff, did interviews after, and they do want to bring Charlie in, and they do want to bring Russ in. Just the issue with them, it turns out, was COVID, because it would have been, because they're currently working, they would have had to take a month off work each, so it made it logistically impossible for them to be there. So they're holding out hope that they will be able to bring them in for season 2, which means, yes, we'll finally be able to see what happened with Charlie. But this is the one that actually warmed my heart. They said, yes, if you even want Goldberg back, because he's here sober right now. And so they're gonna try to see if they can bring him in somehow.
Good.
Getting Goldberg help the new goalie, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
that's all we need. I'm a little disappointed that Julie the Cat wasn't here for
Me
to fill
too.
that role, because I think out of all the players, I think he does need the most improvement.
Yeah, I agree.
And then at the end of the episode, it's Bombay finally accepts a coaching position. So that means the next 2 weeks, we're gonna probably see some old school Bombay coaching techniques.
You
Yes,
think we'll get eggs again?
that's what I'm thinking. Eggs.
No, what I'm hoping they do is they tie Coop to the net like they did Goldberg.
Yes. Yes.
But what I love about might as well head in the preview for next week. What I love is that they're taking the game outdoors, which is where this is Canadian talking. This is where the game of hockey came from, is outdoor pond hockey. Something that we never saw with the OG Ducks movies.
Nope.
I'm happy we're actually seeing it now.
And it also brings back Gordon's childhood, though, with his dad on the ice. So that's something I'm actually happy about too.
Yeah, because there's something about skating on a on fresh lake ice. There's nothing like it.
I really wanted to know, can you drive a car on ice like Mummy did in the first one?
Depends. Like you could if there was a big frost and you were to drive out into a lake, I think should hold it, because obviously people put shacks on lakes and stuff like that. So it all depends on the right. It honestly depends on the right conditions. Like, I mean, what he did in the movie was just a little lake, so it's not that really big a deal. But in real world, yeah, it'd have to depend on how thick the ice is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it is possible. So, was there anything else you guys want to say about this episode?
Well,
I know, Ben, you said you had thoughts.
well, I already had my thoughts about the storyline. Oh, actually, from a really popular question, which one of the OG Ducks did you like to see the most?
Well, okay, so I actually don't have an answer for this, just for one reason, because in the last couple of years, the Anaheim Ducks, the actual hockey team, have been honoring these guys. So they've been popping up at reunions all the time. So I've actually seen them reunite a few times by this point. So, I mean, to me, it was just like, yeah, they're actually here in character. So that was cool, but I mean, I didn't have one that I was excited to see.
Let's see. There's one more thing I want to mention too.
Yeah.
Was, I felt like the confrontation with they mentioned Charlie. I'm hoping that Fulton or someone goes back to Charlie, be like, hey, look, we were wrong about Bombay. We need to go on ahead, give him a second chance, because there's a misconception going on here.
Yeah.
Whenever you deal with the new age Ducks and the OG Ducks and everything. So I would like to actually see Charlie and Bombay patch things up next season.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the storylines. It's the involvement of Charlie Conway.
Well, Matt, I told you off camera, I think. I told you my prediction, right?
You did, but if you wouldn't mind specifying it for the audience.
Sure. My prediction is Charlie will be the one to get the name back for the Duck Brothers. He will be the one who gets the Duck name back for this new team. In the season finale. That's my guess.
See, I wouldn't. This is me. This is the old hockey spirit in me. I want to see the two teams face off.
Oh, I think that will happen. I think that will happen too.
Yeah.
That for sure will happen. But something's going to happen at the end of the game where it's going to come down to a technicality and the Duck Brothers don't get it back. And then Charlie will come in the last second, somehow, either active or not active, and then because of him, the Duck Brothers become the Ducks again.
I honestly, that would be great. I that's like an under 30% that's going to happen on my part. But but on that same wavelengths, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the ones we just saw, or maybe a few more, do come back in the last episode.
I'd love to see that, to be honest with you, but I'm also under 15% that it'll happen.
Just because, I mean, it could happen based on the fact like they could just have it mentioned saying he did this. Because, like I said, there's no way that Joshua Jackson was able to make it for filming.
Right.
But what you had said with the, possibly name drop only could work. I mean, it would be fun. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a tease like that of some sort to set up season 2. Because from all the positive reviews and stuff, there is going to be a season 2.
Right.
Yeah, this is a good show.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and as the title suggests, this show does encapsulate the spirit of the Ducks.
Yeah.
So on that note, Ben, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Ben_Reiner on Twitter. You can find me over at the Media Studies Network YouTube channel. You can find me on my Schmodown show, Mount Schmodown, every Saturday. And that's it, I think, right?
Yes. That sounds about right. What about you, John?
All right, and everybody can also find me on Ben's show on Mount Schmodown on Saturdays as well. And then you guys can also follow me on Movie Lovers Unite on Facebook. Well, Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite on Facebook underneath the same name on Instagram, as well as on Pinterest as well, and also too on our YouTube channel where you can actually watch this video as well and get an audio-only podcast wherever you guys get your podcasts from. You guys can also go on ahead and email me at movieloversunite@gmail.com, and then go to www.movieloversunite.com for all your entertainment needs and wants. And then, of course, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Movie Lovers Unit and on stereo underneath Movie Lovers Unit as well. And those are all the places that you can actually reach me at.
I think it's next time you just have a card and just place on.
I know it's a lot.
And then for myself, you can follow me at Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can also find me on most of the shows on the Media Studies Network. And also you can find me every week on Schmoes of the North, breaking down the news and what have you of what goes on during the week in Schmodown. So on behalf of these two gentlemen, I will thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next week. And over everyone, smash cancer.